Drewz Viewz here, back for a little Anime Monday, reacting to anime on Monday. And today we are cruising along with Revolutionary Girl Utena, and we're up to, we being me and my boy Eric here, of course, joining me once again. What's going on, Eric?
Doing all right. Just happy to be here. Woke up with a cold, so of course I feel like I'm going to die at any second.
By the way, anime, a part of this series has also been me educating Eric on some anime tropes and things like that. Or at least I think it has. And by tropes and whatever I'm educating is just things I noticed watching it the past few years. Like things that come up a lot. And colds seem to come up quite a bit in anime, especially the slice of life, ones. I was wondering, like, in Japanese culture, are colds, like, considered more serious or something? Because I never really thought they were. I always kind of regarded them as like an inconvenience or whatever, but not like you're so sick or whatever. But maybe that's not true. You're feeling it's knocking you out or
right. I feel as if maybe you're picking up on the fact that in these anime, colds are correctly interpreted to be the most devastating thing that can happen to the human mind and body, and that I am so very brave for overcoming this.
That's right. Well, you are putting on a brave face to react to this episode with me to stay on schedule here. And this one is, of course, episode 13. Did I say that? Yeah. Tracing a Path. I remember we looked up the episode title last time and we were like, that's generic or right, or we have no idea what that means. Tracing a path for the rest of the series, maybe, because last time it was basically Utena-sama got her groove back. She defeated... She decided, she was in a funk most of the episode. Her gal pal, Wakaba, was trying to pick her back up. Was even, like, getting mad and yelling at her, kind of. Like, this isn't you. You're supposed to be cool and all this stuff. Not a mopey, girl's uniform wearing person. And then Utena challenged Toga to the duel, won, and now has possession of it. The Rose Bride once again. Toga fans and shambles over here. That was pretty much the recap, right? What I'll do? Did I miss anything important?
Not really. Slapwatch going gangbusters.
Ooh, yeah, that's right. There was friend on friend slapping last time with the
some friendly fire.
Yeah. Splash Watch started off because Wakaba doused Anthe with some water. That's right. Yeah, man.
Not a lot happened in that episode. Like, she was no longer in possession of the Rose Bride for like 12 minutes of screen time. And then there was a duel that she immediately won. I don't know why, because we were talking about it last episode, right? I don't know why it would come back so fast like that, unless, like, we're in an accelerating point in the plot. Like, we're gonna start picking things up,
Yeah, well, 2 episodes ago when Toga won and gave Utena her first defeat, we did think it was like a kind of, it's the new going to Act 2 type of thing or something, right? But yeah, so we didn't think that was gonna happen last time, which it did. I guess it was more of a character-based episode last time. Wakaba got more to do than normal. Was looking into Utena's psychology a little bit more, I guess. And also, I just remembered something else. So, we got a little actually Anthe internal stuff last time for the first time, I believe.
That's right.
And she was like watching the battle with Toga, the duel, and saying like, "Oh, poor Utena has no shot here" or whatever. Which then it obviously was wrong, but yeah. So, well, let's go to the comments from last time. I think they're mostly about Wakaba here. Let's see. Oh, well, Jay says, I never actually read Wakaba as being seriously into Utena. I always thought it was just playful. But rewatching here, ... Maybe I was wrong, lol. Either way, she's totally MVP this app. I guess we were talking about...
MVP for Splash Watch.
Yeah. It's Sploosh Wash. No. Then Goku eats so many burgers, one of our favorite commenter names, I think.
Welcome back.
He's back in. He replies to Jay there saying, or they reply to Jay, rather, saying, personally, I see her as bisexual who writes off her same-sex feelings as playing around on a surface level, but genuinely feels them deep down. I think that's a pretty common experience. I could agree with that.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty classic. Yeah.
Yeah. And then of course our old friend Dr. Doom. They are a regular. I gotta start saying they. It's difficult. I don't know why I think everyone's a he. I guess.
Yeah, fair. We do not know these people.
To be fair, I think of people watching my reactions, like I've seen some demographic on it, and it's largely male. But maybe with this show,
fair.
I wouldn't necessarily assume. Anyway, Dr. Doom says, an important episode. We hear Anthony's inner monologue for the very first time. We just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
She seems to recognize something in Utena's actions and is moved to tears. I'll pause for the comment for a second.
That.
Was she? I don't remember that necessarily. She was moved to tears.
I must have been reading the subtitles. I didn't see her like crying.
I don't either, but
interesting.
I trust Dr. Doom. So back to their comment. Then miraculously, Toga's magic glowing Rose Bride sword power stops working, and Utena is able to defeat him. Was it the prince who did that? Was it the sword? Was it Anthe herself? Or was it something else? Perhaps it was Choo Choo exerting magical influence from afar. We'll have to wait and see.
We have our answer, right? It was Choo Choo.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the answer. Just for, devil's advocate, let's look at the other possibilities, even though we know it was Choo Choo. I think we kind of thought it was the prince. I did, at least, that's been doing this sort of thing. The ghost or the spirit of the prince or whatever. Maybe the sword, that would be interesting. Are they saying that the sword went against Toga because it doesn't want to be in his possession or something? I never would have considered that, but...
I'm not feeling the sword having a mind of its own right now. I think what's happening is so he was plugged into the power, but the grounding prong of the actual Rose Bride is slowly becoming less and less of an object, having been self-actualized under Utena's care. Is just fighting him a little, and he kind of loses a bit of his swag.
Well, that was an example here too, or that was a possibility Dr. Doom said too. Was it Anthe herself? Mm-hmm. So, even though she was saying, like we just mentioned in the internal monologue, oh, Utena is not gonna lose, poor Utena, whatever. Was that somehow causing her to win? Does she really have powers like that somehow?
I think that's what I'm feeling so far.
That's what you're thinking. You like anything where it's like she's more of an object or more of like not a real person.
Well, because I think that's true. that's why I'm more drawn to those theories.
It tracks. All right, let's watch the episode though and see what the hell's up with the path we're gonna trace. Let's do it. We're getting the
princess was very
typical
sad,
story. Yeah. I think we talked about this before. Do they just do this when they have no cold open ready to go?
I think so, right?
Or that fits with whatever the episode, I guess. And it wasn't Toga. Now we think he was trying to do some stolen Prince Valor.
Right.
I'm still curious how he got the rings, though. Even like the one he gave his sister another time. Did that letter guy send it to him?
Letter guy? You mean the single entity named End of World?
Yeah. Oh, we're starting with these ladies.
Okay. If these are supposed to be important, why were they dressed as aliens and talking in weird alien voices,
Well, they always do some kind of affectation of they're always in doing some. They always dressed up like different things, right?
This feels like an escalation of that.
Maybe, yeah. And yeah, this is the first time it started the episode. Usually it's a mid sequence. That was an Anami right there, right?
I think so.
But the eggshell thing was playing on a tape.
All right, who's this motherfucker?
The prince.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Okay.
傷つきながらもバラの花嫁をバラの花嫁も少しは心が動いたのではないかし始めたようだねいや違うか 剣道部首相の彼と偶然戦うことになった期待していたんだ
It's a recap episode.
Damn, I hate how animes do this.
Mm-hmm.
It did seem like we were getting some, because like, well, who was talking to the prince there, or was that the
Exactly.
Well, if this is just going to be a recap episode, I don't even know if I necessarily want to do it. Oh, well, the first comment here on YouTube says, gotta love a recap blended with lore, so you have to watch the episode.
Yeah, I was just looking. There's definitely, like in the scrubber, I was definitely seeing like the framing device of the guy we don't know yet.
Okay, so you want to just watch this?
Seems like we gotta.
Nani?
I'm just gonna say, if you gave me a real sword, and also presumably I was the captain of a sword fighting team, under no circumstances would I lose to someone with 4 inches of a bamboo sword. There's just no way.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Cyanji obviously thought.
Yeah, but I'm right, so.
You don't think the prince would go against you too? Foil you?
I don't think it would matter. I got a real sword.
Well, you heard it here first. Eric is challenging Utena, it sounds like right now.
Not her specifically.
That's not what I heard. Okay, as you had hoped, so it's like he is trying to. Are we gonna get the whole song within this recap episode?
Please, no. God, no.
Let's do it.
Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. What must the production have been like if they needed to use this over and over and over?
I think they're just like, we got a head on our hands here. Great song, great sequence. We gotta do it every time. Time to really dig down on the lyrics here. Cool. Shangri-La, day and night turning back on one another.
It doesn't mean anything.
A paradise lost. It's all saying like it's in like an in-between kind of world, I guess, I think. The darkness
Right.
of shadow. I was talking about darkness here, but it is pretty bright, literally bright.
It means metaphorical darkness, like the new Batman.
Alright.
I can't believe they showed the whole thing.
This is number 2. We know she's gonna win this one too. Utena's like your old Dallas Cowboys this year. Actually, she's got one loss only. Is that correct still for the Cowboys?
Yeah, still.
Yeah, it's close in record.
So far, yeah. She doesn't have anyone like Dak Prescott at the helm, but, you know.
I mean,
We'll see.
I think it's the Prince is the Dak.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, he thinks there's no power by itself, but it's correct. But maybe, since 2 people have lost now with it. 3 people, actually. Slap, recap, watch.
Even in the recap episode, we're on Slap Watch.
I wonder if anyone, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a thing, like anyone's put together, like a clip of, or, you know, just a montage of every slap from this series.
Yeah.
Like a whale swims like a dolphin swims, like a seal swims.
Oh, yeah, I've kind of been
All
reading
mammals.
this. It's nonsense. At one point, the lyrics at the top said, the Paleozoic era deep within the body. I don't... It's nothing. That's nothing.
The past?
The seal on the power of Dios began to break.
Oh, we're already at the halfway point, jeez. Is the prince like trapped, do we think, and he's trying to like get out again? Is that what's going on here? Like through Utena or through a hero or whatever?
Yeah, I don't know. He's appears to be comatose on top of that, like, Fabergé egg thing, right? Which leads me to believe, since they're always talking about the world being an egg, that they must crack.
Oh, right. Yeah, wow.
That this is all happening inside there for some reason. That they're not real. At all.
What is Spira Mirabella? Mirabella.
What?
They said it twice in the lyrics just now.
I'm gonna look it up.
手に入れて守らな
It's
き
an
ゃ
orchestra.
人に取られちまうぜ
Wait. Or that's just an orchestra. It's like their name from whatever this thing is.
It is a
Logarithmic
logarithmic
spiral.
spiral. Whatever that means.
A growth spiral that often appears in nature. The first one to describe it was blah blah blah. Well, maybe Auntie did help directly on that one because she like distracted. I don't really remember that. She distracted.
Right, that
Miki.
seems like cheating, but I was never very fond of Miki.
力が彼らを捉えたんじゃない
Yeah, no, he had like the worst reason for doing the duel of anyone so far. No, this is a jury, of course.
Queen.
She's saying her friend that she likes told her to believe in miracles. Was that part of that episode? That would make sense.
I think
That's
so.
why she's against it now.
そう若者相手の力見せてみろ
Yeah, we know.
No, we are aware.
私とお兄様の邪魔するから。
Of course, Nami tried to keep fighting after the whistle on this one.
Right,
They're
right.
not
There's a little
showing us.
revisionism going on here.
崇拝信念そして自分
That was like interesting. That was like a mix of English and French words there for some reason.
やはり彼女こそ我々が望んでいた人間
Person we've been hoping for.
確かにこのまま進んで革命という名の決闘まで到達される日も近いのかもしれない
Okay, so yeah, completely released.
空天において
Okay, he's not comatose.
私の利益は共通している
I wonder, is this all the prince talking to himself? Is it like two sides of like whatever
Mm-hmm.
sort of?
彼女はどう戦うんだろう
Probably pretty well.
おかえり。どこに行ってたの？
Classic wrestling match, little horseplay.
雲があんなに早く。
I guess Choo Choo is like the Zeke Elliott,
Right.
that little impish.
Oh, I just meant because he's always eating.
That too. That makes more sense.
Actual aliens.
Whose ring is that? Absolute
What even is
destiny
going
of
on?
Falcons. Well, maybe we should watch the last 10 seconds again. But
Just another next time on.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was lied to you about that, or gave the wrong information. That there's going to be some extra scenes. Somebody let me know if that's still the case, that there might be some coming up. So, anyway, recap episode, obviously revolving around the duels. I mean, we did get some information, I guess, though, even maybe more than we get in some of the regular episodes in terms of the prince actually is it's a real thing here. Which we kind of knew, but I mean, the most direct, like, he's talking, I was saying just at the end, maybe is that him talking to himself kind of, or is there another entity there too?
Well, the guy that we just saw in the next time on,
I didn't.
he's the guy who was talking to the prince.
Oh, the Boys of the Black Rose. Okay. Is there going to be another faction coming in here? I mean, at the end there, I'm going to rewind a little bit and see what was those quick kind of images they showed. Let's see.
I think that was him landing inside the Fabergé egg that they all live inside.
Yeah, it was like an alien thing. Like they were wearing those suits at the beginning, the Greek chorus girls. Yeah, that's a Black Rose for sure. Okay, that's the ring. And those guys that all turned and look, I guess those are probably the Boys of the Black Rose. So, what do you think?
Is this just the Matrix?
Meaning,
are their souls all locked inside that giant Fabergé egg, and these guys are aliens or something that are just like mining humanity for the one good soul that they can use to like power whatever?
so everyone in Utena and all the characters, you're saying? And it's like she's the one. Is she gonna be the Neo? I guess it could be.
I wouldn't like that.
I wouldn't either, and I still don't necessarily think it will be, but maybe it's. I mean, it could still be similar to that, but just not literal or not like.
Yeah,
More metaphysical, where the Matrix is, sense, it's literally like what's happening. So, do we think whether it's the same entity or not, the prince, or it's two different people, the prince and this other guy that was talking this time? The prince wants Utena to be the one to break out, or it's his best chance, and this other guy wants something to happen with these guys, these Black Rose guys, maybe.
Yeah, like they picked their fighters like betting horses, and so the prince is rooting for Utena, and that's why he keeps coming in to help her.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Something like that. Or maybe it's more serious than like betting or whatever. It could actually be literally like
Yeah.
opposed to each other. Only one can win, sort of thing. Well, yeah. Did watching the recap make you think of anything else that we didn't think of before or talk about before here from the first 12 episodes?
No, like all the shit we've been wondering about is like the backstory, right? The like, why is any of this happening? The recaps, they only showed the duels. This new information, they are teasing us. I couldn't like begin to guess unless like my first shitty guess is right, and then that would be terrible. But I couldn't begin to guess what the fuck is going on here still.
Okay.
Except that I now know the prince is awake because he didn't say anything, but he turned and looked. So he's not like comatose, it's not a Sleeping Beauty thing.
Yeah, it was like Sleeping Beauty, or almost like Beauty and the Beast kind of vibes a little bit. I guess with the rose things already, the petals, but then like the time thing running out and stuff like that. Is there like that was just like a way to show, they had the colors of the different people's hair that were on the duels and like the hourglass thing, but is there some type of time limit on this maybe? Will he be trapped in there forever or something if like he doesn't get out soon, or the apocalypse isn't brought about, or whatever?
Good point.
Well, yeah, some interesting things.
Did they use that? Would they have used that hourglass motif for no reason, or? Yeah. Interesting.
And also the recap didn't take us all the way, because now that I think about it, it ended with the Nanami duel. Like, it didn't show Utena losing and then winning again. The past two episodes.
Are they gonna do a Slick Wolf's Reign and there is a double recap?
They better not. Based on that episode title for next time, I would say not likely, but
I don't think so.
Anyways, with that episode, we'll be back with that next Anime Monday, so look out for that. Episode 14 of RGU here. Do subscribe to the channel if you're not already and you enjoy these. Keep those comments coming. We'll be reading them. Love to see it. Love to see debate with each other, too. Yeah, somebody let me know about the post-credit scenes ever happening if you can. And do you think the lyrics mean anything? All that good stuff. Plenty to talk about. But yeah, until then, we'll recap things ourselves next time. Peace.